Do you think a far-left candidate could win a national election in this day and age? A presidential election. Do you think that's even possible? Far left? You mean like AOC? Yes. Whether it's someone like AOC or similar figures. Do you think they could win a general election for the presidency of the United States today? I don't think so. I don't think so either. To me, the Democratic Party has become a ghost brand. Do you know what a ghost brand is? It's like Sears or General Electric. These companies still exist, but their glory days are long gone. They've fallen on hard times. And yet, because they've been around for so long, there's still some value left. The name itself carries weight. If someone took it over, someone unsentimental who wasn't afraid to rebrand it, they could relaunch it. But it would require a leader who is unapologetic and willing to call things out. Right now, people have lost faith in the Democratic Party, and for very good reasons. Bill Maher lit up the stage on Stephen A. Smith's show, delivering pure fire. The sharp-tongued comedian went after the woke mob, Hollywood, and the Democrats, blasting them for hiding in their echo chambers and refusing to face reality. Maher unleashed with full force, hammering the DNC for what he sees as glaring weaknesses in their desperate bid to reclaim the White House. Let's break it down. Stephen A. Smith introduces next guest with excitement. Actor, comedian, producer, writer, and host of the hit HBO show Real Time with Bill Maher. Maher quickly corrected him. I'm not an actor. I'm the opposite of an actor. Actors play parts and avoid the truth. I deal with what's real. That set the tone. Maher wasted no time torching Hollywood, accusing elites of burying their heads in the sand and refusing to face the real world. He didn't stop there. Politicians came under fire too. He blasted them for acting like performers, playing roles instead of being leaders, and for failing to level with the American people. No sugarcoating, no passes, just blunt honesty. The real sting? The political party he had in his crosshairs. When asked about Jimmy Kimmel's recent return to late-night television and his attacks on MAGA, Maher didn't hold back. He said Kimmel was stuck in a liberal bubble. Exactly why shows like his are struggling. They arrogantly dismiss half the country, refusing to speak to them or for them. This is why people can't stand Bill Maher, because unlike his late-night peers, he's not afraid to torch his own side. Meanwhile, Kimmel and company keep surrounding themselves with like-minded voices, 95% of whom are die-hard liberals parroting the same talking points. Conservatives? Either excluded or replaced with watered-down safe Republicans. That strategy is backfiring. Their shows are bleeding relevance, alienating half the country, and silencing the voices that could have kept things authentic. Maher went further, breaking down the liberal bubble mentality. To them, conservatives are caricatures, backward, ignorant, irrational, and dangerous. That's why Kimmel instantly spun a recent violent incident as a MAGA problem, even without evidence. It wasn't about facts, it was about feeding a narrative. Maher called out that hypocrisy with brutal clarity, and he doubled down on one of his core principles: free speech. In America, people don't get silenced, canceled, or worse, erased just for disagreeing. Our system is built on open debate, exchanging ideas, and clashing perspectives. That's what keeps democracy alive. Lose that, and you lose America. When Stephen A. asked him about Trump's response to Kimmel, Maher was unsurprised. Trump, he said, always goes 100 miles an hour in that direction. But then he added something interesting. Unlike actors and polished politicians, Trump isn't fake. He's raw, unfiltered, and authentic. And that's why supporters rally around him. You may not like him, but at least he's real. Contrast that with today's Democrats, whom Maher described as actors in a ghost brand. Their words ring hollow. Their energy is gone. Their so-called stars inspire little beyond slogans and tired ideas. Without a bold, unifying message, the party is drifting like a zombie, closer to extinction than revival. Maher did admit he admires California Governor Gavin Newsom, calling him sharp, forceful, and a strong candidate, but even he couldn't bring himself to fully endorse him. Newsom's baggage in California, homelessness, high taxes, businesses fleeing, casts too heavy a shadow. If even Maher hesitates, why would everyday Americans trust him to revive the Democratic Party? And what about AOC or figures like her? Could they energize Gen Z and win? Maybe, if 80% of young voters suddenly turned out. But that's a fantasy. Popularity online does not equal electability. Social media clout doesn't translate into winning the White House. At the end of the day, Maher's takedown is a brutal wake-up call for Democrats. They're leaderless. They're stuck in an ideological bubble. And their far-left theatrics won't win elections. If they don't separate from the fringe, reconnect with everyday Americans, and start governing with pragmatism instead of ideology, the so-called ghost party will keep drifting closer to irrelevance. And that was Bill Maher's message, blunt, unfiltered, and impossible to ignore.